The Trump administration is pushing for drastic reforms in global asylum policies, sparking debates over fairness and human rights. During a speech at the United Nations General Assembly, Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau called for changes to international refugee and asylum systems, accusing many asylum seekers of being fake and warning that unchecked asylum claims could destabilize global migration. Landau's remarks coincided with his push to align foreign policies with the U.S., emphasizing a strict crackdown on immigration. If you have hundreds of thousands of fake asylum seekers, what happens to the real asylum seekers? He asked during a panel discussion featuring representatives from Kosovo, Bangladesh, Panama, and Liberia. The panelists largely supported reforms, with Landau asserting that the 21st century will be defined by the success or failure of these policies. "We have to be realistic that these laws are now being abused," he said, adding that acknowledging the problem is the first step towards solving it. The administration has long argued that no one has a right to seek asylum in the U.S., nor to immigrate under their own choice. During his address earlier this week, Trump criticized countries for their asylum policies, calling them going to hell. Landau echoed this sentiment, highlighting how asylum seekers often travel through multiple countries to reach a destination, which he described as a substitute for genuine migration rather than a response to immediate danger. Landau urged diplomats to embrace sovereignty and view asylum as a temporary status, stressing that migrants should be encouraged to return home when possible. "We get to decide who comes in and under what circumstances and how long," he said, framing sovereignty as the quintessential element of national control. He dismissed calls for the process to be susceptible to abuse as xenophobic, instead framing it as a common-sense principle to prevent abuse of the system. Landau sharply criticized international aid organizations and NGOs for allegedly promoting mass migration, stating that such claims would warrant an asylum hearing. While he avoided direct accusations, he implied that these groups were complicit in shaping migration narratives. Earlier this year, the administration prioritized the resettlement of white South African refugees in the U.S., despite turning away refugees from Afghanistan and Haiti under a February executive order. UN High Commissioner for Refugees Filippo Grandi urged Landau to collaborate with the UN to preserve asylum, noting that it is an ancient concept not invented in the past 80 years. Though he acknowledged asylum isn't a license to move, he emphasized its enduring importance in protecting vulnerable individuals.